Is there a universe outside of Bravo?
Did we miss the training manual to our 30s?
No. Are they for real?
Thank God for our girlfriends. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Structured Chaos with Kelly and Kyra. We hope that you had a great week and that you're ready to laugh about how none of us have it figured out.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I feel like you judge my enthusiasm.
I do, but I was just getting ready to say this is a very good morning because it is officially the start of Kelly's birthday week.
It is. And I love my birthday week. I love my birthday. I love my birthday month. So yeah, it is a good morning.
Mm-hmm.
I met someone the other day. I didn't even tell you this. I met someone the other night who has the same exact birthday as me.
Fun. How did that happen?
Well, I actually met her a couple weeks ago.
You're like, I was at an August birthday meetup. So random.
July. It's July.
Yep, and it is.
So that also would be weird if we met at an August birthday meetup. We were just trying to see how other people live. We both were.
Seeing what like the close months by us. Like how do they act?
How do the non-Leos act? I mean, August Leos, because like those are different than July Leos. You know.
Yeah, my best friend is an August Leo.
I'm just kidding. All
and
Leos,
she listens every single week, so she'll have something to say.
All Leos are great Leos, except boy Leos. Like,
oh yeah,
girl Leos, love.
Mm-hmm.
I've dated a couple boy Leos. We could do it.
Now, I do love a zodiac situation, but I'm not too, up to date. Now, are Leos supposed to date Leos?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about the zodiacs except Leos, which is like a very Leo thing. So probably no. I don't think like any of the zodiacs are probably supposed to date themselves.
Yeah.
I just like personally know that like the experiences I've had with boy Leos are not good. But I love girl Leos.
Well, there we go.
Because why wouldn't you? What's not to love?
Of course.
But so I met this girl. I actually met her a couple weeks ago at pickleball. She's in my league. But then like when we were at pickleball the other night, I was telling the coach like, oh, I'm not going to be here next Friday, so I need a sub. And then the girl was standing next to me. She's like, oh, me too. And then I was like, oh, like, where are you going? And she was like, oh, I'm going to Seattle for my birthday. And I was like, it's my birthday too. And she was like, on Friday? And I was like, yes. And she was like, oh my God, no way. And she's going to the Morgan Wallen concert in Seattle.
And you did that a couple years ago.
I did that a couple years ago. And my one of my friends, my good friends from Alaska, the one I, go stay with, is going to the same Morgan Wallen concert in Seattle next weekend on my birthday. So I was like, oh my God, that's so exciting. So and we were already, she was like, is this why we get along so well already? We have the same birthday and she's just a year older than me. So I was like, oh my God, that's so random. Like because there's only 8 people on our team. And so the fact that we have the same exact birthday and we're the youngest people, like everyone else is in their like 50s and older.
I was like, watch it.
Yeah. No, they're like much like, at least 10 years older than us. So that was fun. So I'm excited to hear about how her birthday goes. But anyways, we have so many things to discuss this week. Mm-hmm. So let's get into the news.
Okay. Well, first, so a couple of weeks ago, Denise Richards announced that she was splitting from her husband. And if you guys aren't familiar with Denise Richards and her husband, they've always been off to me. He's always seemed a little cuckoo, little
scammy.
Yeah. And like a little aggressive. He was always giving that. And now, originally the headline was just, that they're getting divorced and like that he was spending like $100,000 a month on what? And then this week she put out the allegations that he has been abusive to her and she like showed pictures of her with a black eye. And again, if you aren't familiar, there is this scene when she came back to house, or when she came on to Housewives, and they're like walking away from like a party or picnic or something, and he's like squeezing her hand so hard, and she was like, can you please like let up on my hand? And he was like, I'll break your hand. And then he was like, we're not talking about this. And so like, again, like there were signs. I mean, of course you don't ever want that to be true. And she, you know, spoke it away and, you know, justified what had happened.
It's not a
But now-
complete shock based
Right.
on like what we've seen.
Right.
Yeah, which is really sad.
Also, what are you spending $100,000 on a month?
I mean, I could do it.
But like every single month, like, and you're a guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it's
probably
not like you're out
drugs.
there buying like all these shoes and like bags and like things like that. Like, what do you like? I
Probably
feel like he's like,
drugs and gambling and like stupid men shit like that.
and he's like into like ultra healthy like stuff. He's
Like,
probably spending
yeah.
like 10,000 on water, like special water or something.
Oh yeah, like ultra purified from like the volcanic
Yeah.
whatever.
So I mean, I'm happy for her that she's getting out of this, but I'm, you know, sad for her that she had to endure this, but that woman makes money, so she'll be fine. And
Yeah, that was the other thing. He said he has no income.
that's what I mean. So you're spending $100,000 a month and you have no income?
Right.
And you're beating your wife?
Hell no.
You're
Okay,
beating your meal
ladies.
ticket?
Ladies. I mean, I have made poor choices in men. Like, I'm not one to like be high and mighty. I have made very poor choices, but we are not out here letting men treat us badly and spend our money. Okay, that's for damn sure. You pick your struggle. Like, I have let men treat me badly, but ain't no way they're spending my money too. Okay,
Hello.
pick a struggle. You can't be broke and mean. Just like you
No.
can't be mean and ugly. It's like if
Right.
you're ugly, oh, you better be treating me good.
You better be the funniest, nicest, kindest person ever.
Yes. Because I'll be damned if an ugly man is mean to me. Because that's the fucking worst. When you give an ugly guy a chance and then they fuck you over and you're like, oh, motherfucker.
Can't relate. I've never given an ugly man a chance.
I have. Too many times. Okay. Anyway, I digress.
And then also in other couple news, Sheena's putting out a memoir. I don't know why she's putting out a memoir. You're my age. You're 37. I mean, I'm not ready. I've a lot of things have happened to me in my life, but I'm nowhere near memoir status. Nor is she.
I agree. I totally agree. But I would say like a lot of Bravo Lebs write these books. They might not call them memoirs.
Correct.
But
write a book, but a memoir. And then like the shocking thing again is that she talks about how Brock cheated on her in their marriage and in their while she was pregnant. Or I don't know if they were married yet, so maybe in their relationship. I don't think they had officially
I think they
been
got married
yet.
after she had the baby.
And like, here's the thing about Sheena in general. We would have sympathized with you and cared, but it's like the way you do literally everything is in the cringiest manner where your message has gotten lost. And it's like, now it's like, you just want to promote it. And so I just saw, I think like it was like a couple days ago, like she was like, you know, I just realized like if it's gonna come out, like it needs to come from me. Well, the affair happened 5 years ago and none of us heard about it. So when was it
wasn't going to come out?
It wasn't coming out. The only reason it's out is because of you. Like,
right. So it's you're doing it for attention. You're doing it for promotion, which get your bag, but don't act like that's not why you're doing it.
and don't act like so heartbroken and distraught. Like I'm sure you were in the current time that it was happening, but like we're 5 years past this. But what I will say is definitely makes me believe the Raquel, Rachel, and Brock rumor during the Scandival time, which kind of just got brushed under the rug because Scandival took over. But it does definitely make me believe that that was true.
Right. Even if, I mean, like, even if it wasn't like a full on, there was definitely some truth, which we always kind of, it's like,
assumed.
yes. It's very rare that there's like a full story like that and there's no truth to it, especially the fact that like the whole Scandival thing was completely true. It would be very weird that like that would be completely
where she
made up.
drew the line.
Yeah. Exactly. What she picked Sandoval and not Brock. Weird.
And then before we get into Bravo departures, the one thing that everyone is talking about, the Coldplay affair.
When I was at the nail salon yesterday, the girl next to me was telling the nail ladies the tea.
Like, it's so good because, of course, obviously this is, again, an unfortunate situation, but the way the internet is so undefeated in their creativity of memes and like making light of it, like it is so freaking funny because I woke up, what was it, Friday morning, and my friend on the East Coast had sent it, and one of my other friends had commented like, is this real? And then of course, like, flooded everywhere. Of course it's real. But I saw one meme and it was like, we would just like to take this time to thank Coldplay for uniting us all together for at least one day.
I have seen so many crazy memes. I mean, from like local San Diego ones to every summer it's one CEO's turn. And having the picture of like a Luigi and then having a picture of like the submarine. And like just so one detail that I heard yesterday at the nail salon was that I didn't know because I don't click on articles. I read the headlines and like whatever. I saw the video. Also because it's like I just don't. It's not like this is a news story that's like I need to know all the details. I can get it by looking at the whatever. But I didn't know that his wife set it up. That's what I heard yesterday from this woman who was like in the know. She said that his wife found out like 6 months ago and their prenup was void if he cheated or whatever. Like that's how, whatever, you know? And so she was going to get all the money and everything. And so she set it up. And I was like,
if that's true, good on her.
Yes.
Good
and so
on
she
her.
had like done all this stuff. But I'm also like, the thing is, if they wouldn't have reacted the way they reacted, nothing would have happened because no one knows who those people are. Like if you were at that concert, if they would have just waved, no one would have known who those people were. So it would not have blown up. The only reason it blew up is because of how they reacted.
I was dead too. Like some of the memes were like, this is how you should have reacted in this situation. And it was like, pretend you're giving the Heimlich. It was like it was so good.
Right. But also it does make sense that it would have been maybe a setup because the way that, the Coldplay guy said, oh, they must be having an affair or they're just shy. Like, why would he say that? That's kind of
that
like,
doesn't seem weird to me.
I feel like that's a little, I mean,
look at the way they reacted. I would have said like that would have been my initial reaction too.
I know, but I feel like that's the word, like to say like, oh, they must be having an affair. Like that specific word is like a little bit aggressive. Like I could see saying something like, oh, like, wow, they must be like, so, I don't know. It just like after she said, oh, the wife set up, I'm like, okay, maybe like that does seem, it just seemed very specific that he said that. But I'm like, yeah, the way they reacted was like crazy. And I mean,
also,
wow.
like, and I was talking about it with my clients. Okay, well, the one meme that I saw that was so funny was like, wow, had all that time to cheat, but not to get your roots done. Like, because so I was like, we're the head of HR dating the CEO of a company and you can't take 3 hours to go get a highlight?
Well, now you don't
freshen
have
up their
any money
moods.
too.
Now she's
So,
not gonna have. Well, that's what we were talking about because I was saying like, I mean, of course, like you should not be cheating, you should not be having an affair, all of the above. Obviously they're gonna both step down, but it's like it's not like you were planning this, so it's not like you were like stashing money aside and you were like,
no.
okay, I'm gonna like step down soon, or I'm gonna like go on to another venture or
Right.
whatever. And
So
you're
he
certain,
already resigned.
and like you're certainly not getting hired at another company
No.
anytime soon.
So,
Like all of it has to blow over first.
yeah. So he resigned yesterday
Okay.
and is going to have no money because his wife is obviously taking it all.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
She's beautiful.
and then I know. And then I know the woman got like they both got placed on leave or whatever, or, whatever it's called. And then, I don't know, I'm sure she'll resign as well, but that's crazy. I mean, there's no,
Yeah.
like, either she's going to resign or she's going to be fired because
Right.
you're the head of HR. There's no way.
Right.
But it was funny listening to the woman sitting next to me explaining it. I wasn't part of the conversation, but I was just listening. She's like explaining it to these women at the salon, and she's like, yeah, they were hugging and they were not supposed to be hugging. And she's showing in the video, she goes, look, you see that they're about to hug. Look, oh, it shows them. They're hugging. And I'm like, they're not hugging. They're like,
they're not getting in
just,
trouble for hugging.
right. It's like, it was like weird how she was explaining it, and they were like, oh, and then like the one girl that was working there like did know the story, and she was like, and his wife is so pretty, like why would he cheat? And the other girl was like, it's not always about looks, but like that's an expensive piece of ass. Mm-hmm. And she was like talking so loud, and I was like, oh my god, the cheat.
I'll just never understand people cheating because it's like, so like her and her husband just bought a house together and he's the CEO of another company. Like,
I heard she got divorced. She was divorced.
They're married. They just bought a house together.
So then she must have just got married because she got divorced in 2022.
Then yeah, she's dating this.
So then she's got
dating
remarried.
a CEO that maybe it's not her husband, but she's dating a CEO of another company, and they just bought a house together. Yeah. Have fun paying that mortgage.
I can't even get a text back.
Have fun paying that mortgage. You and Denise's husband with your zero income should link up.
Seriously. Sounds like a perfect match. Wow.
Yeah, stupid. Also, like, well, I guess I wouldn't go to a Coldplay concert basically ever because it's not my genre. But like, damn, to get caught at a Coldplay concert too.
It's the most embarrassing part.
No one's safe. No one's safe.
Not safe from the kiss cam.
Mm-mm. And that's the thing too. Like in his statement, he was like apologetic and, stand up in the beginning. And then he was like, but that, I didn't consent to the video and what was supposed, and it's like, you're at a public place.
Fun private night out. And it's like disappointing that people were in our business. Basically, sorry that I got caught and sorry that other people were in our business in a public place. Shut up.
I'm sure when you like click the tickets to buy them, I'm sure there's some like little writing under there that's like all videos are safe to be used. Like,
right. You know who it sounds like? Jax. Who and Will.
Yeah, actually.
And those are two of the people that are next up.
They're leaving their shows. Jax is leaving the Valley. Will, I assume, wasn't asked back to be on Southern Charm. I was going to say,
I'm sure neither of them were asked back.
Right. So we could care less. We're very glad that it's happening. I wish Emmy would go to, is her name Emmy or Emma? Emmy. I wish she would also not be asked back. And for the Valley, I wish Janet would not be asked back.
Same. That's exactly what I was going to say. So we could get right into it because Janet was causing a whole lot of ruckus this week, especially at our boy Daniel. Okay.
So first, because we didn't talk about shows last week. So 2 weeks ago, they're on the boat in Hawaii celebrating Kristen's engagement. And this woman had the audacity to say that Daniel sexually assaulted Jasmine. First of all, that is a really, really big accusation. and label to put on someone. That is very damning, like whether you're in the spotlight or not, but especially if you are. And then to follow up by saying, sorry, my husband's a lawyer. That's what it's called. What do you want me to say? That's the real word. I'm sorry if people get intimidated that I use real words because my lawyer's a husband. My husband's a lawyer.
Just a reminder, we are a legal podcast. So what we say goes. If Kyra wants it to be, my lawyer is a husband, that's what it is.
And that's what he is at this point. He happens to be her husband, but more importantly, he needs to be her lawyer for all of the defending that needs to take place.
And technically, our lawyer is a husband, so no lies are detected. But you know what? The other thing that bothers me is you don't get to determine what someone else's experience was. So you don't get to say what someone else's experience was. You don't get to determine if their experience was a sexual assault. It didn't happen to you. So Jasmine says it was not sexual assault. So why are you speaking for her saying Daniel sexually assaulted Jasmine? Because Jasmine doesn't say that it was a sexual assault.
Nope. She actually said, stop bringing it up.
Right. This is like, she has moved past it with Daniel. She never called it sexual assault to begin with, but she's moved past it. She doesn't want to be brought into it. She doesn't want to talk about it. And Janet is doing it for attention and to argue and all these petty reasons. And it's like, this is a sensitive topic, and it's triggering for other people that have gone through real sexual assault, and you're just throwing the word around because you want drama, and it's not funny, and you're talking about your friends, and like, it's disgusting behavior.
It's disgusting. And like, also too, like when they go back, 'cause like Brittany is sharing a room with them, when they go back and like everyone's like, they were celebrating Kristen's engagement. Obviously, Jason and Janet sat out. And Jason's like rubbing her back in bed. And he's like, I know that this is hard. And she was like, yeah, like I didn't know how hard this would be. Having your friends come back and just be talking while on vacation. You didn't know how hard that would be from a decision that you chose to keep yourself out of?
Right. I was going to say they all, like multiple people gave Zach shit. Like, you didn't invite her. You disinvited her. No, he didn't. No. She disinvited herself. And he was like, okay, yeah, that's probably best. He did not. And I feel like Brittany, first of all, was trying to make the whole engagement about herself, which was so irritating. She kept being like, oh, this is my best friend. Then why don't you shut up and stop making it about yourself and why you weren't there? Probably because you would have told Jax and it would have ruined the whole entire thing. First of all, that's probably why you weren't there.
Which you did. Anyway.
You did. And thank God you weren't told ahead of time. But then, like, why was everyone blaming Zach? Like, oh, you shouldn't have excluded Janet. As if, first of all, he didn't. Second of all, if Kristen is your best friend, you would understand why would you want Janet there causing drama at your best friend's engagement. Third, we're on a whole island. Why can't she go do other things with her husband? Why would she want to be here? Why doesn't she want to go do something else with her husband? Oh, because she's miserable and she wants to fight with people? Like, it makes no sense. Why can't they go get their own room? Like, she would rather sit in a room and cry than go do something on a beautiful island at a resort.
Or
with
what
her
if
husband.
You just got out of bed and joined the conversation with your, like, it wasn't, you weren't at the party. They were in your, like.
Right. It's just so weird. Like, she wants to be miserable. That's the
100%.
thing.
100%. Well, that we can just get right into this week's episode when her and Jason go get ring tattoos. So you mean to tell me that some made up rumor that would never happen, that he would never do,
that we're not worried about
at all, but you went and each of you got your first tattoo, and that tattoo was the dumbest, ugliest just line on your ring finger. And you think that a man who takes off his ring, do you think that that's going to stop him? That little line tattoo? He could
It's
put makeup
not a
on it
shock
and be
collar.
like,
I'm sorry, he doesn't even need to put makeup. I mean, a ring or no ring. If someone's
right.
gonna cheat, they could be wearing their ring and cheating on you. It doesn't stop people. A ring, if someone's gonna cheat, the ring means nothing. It doesn't matter
And
if they're
like,
physically wearing it or not. If people don't care about being married, they don't care. It
and like, it's just like, again, like, it's just such a desperado, pathetic moment for no reason. And also, like, then during the tattoo, she's like belittling him because, well, one, he was acting a little bitch. Like, you're gonna, like, as someone who has plenty tattoos, one little line on your finger ain't gonna hurt. I got a whole hand of them. Doesn't hurt at all.
I have a tattoo on my
finger. And then Janet like sits down after and she's like, this doesn't hurt. What were you talking about? It's like, just let the man live. We know he was being a weenie. We get it.
And he always is. So just...
That's who you married.
Yeah. And she's just very like... She's very masculine energy. But like, I don't know why he wants to be in that relationship. She's always putting him down.
100%. I gotta go on. Sorry. Like, it's just, to me, like, I'm just so over them. I really hope to God that they're not asked back. I can't imagine that they will be, because she had to go to Switzerland. She's had so much hate. So,
I know. But
really,
then told everyone where she was and turned that into, it's just like, you don't want to be out of the headlines. Like, you do everything you can to stay in them.
Yes. And then speaking of Jasmine, I know we're trying to give her moment and like show that she's a real estate agent, but she had no business showing them that house. She had no business showing Daniel and Nia that house. They couldn't even open their doors to their car in the driveway. Like, and you thought that was going to be where Daniel, who wants a big home, is going to be like, you know what? Let's move from a small place to an even smaller place, but at least it has a backyard. We can't open our doors, so we're going to have to get a minivan that slides open. So,
we could just camp in the backyard every day.
Like, maybe at least give her a fake home that she's not listing. Like,
right.
But go off, producers, go off. And then I thought that Nia's journey at the doctor's office was really, really real and relatable. And again, I just love them as a couple because, you know, she's going through her body image, you know, things which we can all relate to, and not feeling like, you know, she was pre-babies or when she was younger. And then, you know, just having Daniel there, just like saying like how beautiful she is. And she's like, I get it, but like, I don't feel this way. Like, thank you. And I love you for feeling this way about me. But like, I don't feel this way. And he's like, got it. Totally get it. Like, whatever you need, I just want you to be happy. And like, I just love them. I just love them.
I do too.
And I'm sad that they're not coming back.
I know. But I mean, props to them. That shows that they're a real relationship and genuine. And like, because the ones that are just there for the money and like keep coming back are the ones that don't last in the real world, because this type of show, you can't survive because it will break your marriage because you're constantly in toxic drama and stuff. And so they obviously have a healthy relationship and they just had, you know, another baby. And so I just love them. And I'm sad we won't see them anymore, but I'm happy for them. Or maybe they'll get their own show. That would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I honestly did think about like maybe like the fact that they did move a little bit further away, that it probably makes like filming a lot more difficult because they're not really centralized anymore. So I thought that could have been like a contributing factor.
Well, also I think like when the show started, like obviously I know it's it was going to be drama, but it also kind of seemed like the premise of the show was going to be like these friends that are couples and parents, and like all the couples got divorced. Not all the couples, but like Jesse and Michelle got divorced, and Jax and Brittany got divorced during the first season, which it's not like they could have predicted that when they started the show, but it really changes the dynamics of the entire show.
100%.
And so now you have all these single people and dating, and it really changes things. Whereas like if they would have all been in couples and then potentially having more kids, then it would have been more about like, oh, we're getting together for birthday parties, and it's there would have been fighting, but it would have been more like families.
Yeah.
And I think that was the original intent. So yeah, I think the show just kind of changed maybe from what it was supposed to be originally.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Also, like, to see Kristen and Luke struggling to get pregnant and them, like, going through that journey and that emotional roller coaster, and, like, knowing now that she has her little girl and she's so cute.
She's so cute.
So cute. So that's, like, a really good feeling to, like, watch that and see, like, know in real life that they got it.
Yeah.
And then last week's episode ends on Jax just being a stupid ass, horrible ass human. One, Brittany calls him out for his drinking post rehab and said that he likes to pretend that he's just drinking water when it's vodka and tonic. And it's like, we could have guessed.
Right. And didn't he say, I can drink, I didn't go to rehab for drinking? It's like, okay.
Right.
So then why are you pretending to be sober?
And then ends saying the most despicable thing. So obviously their son Cruz has some medical challenges. So he has a lot of medical bills. And so Brittany said, now mind you, as a reminder to everyone, she's carrying his debt on their mortgage, that she's paying for his debt, his back taxes, over $1 million. And she said, we're splitting Cruz's medical bills. And he said, no, I'm not. And I'm going to take you for alimony because you make more. You despicable human being. Despicable. Disgusting. You don't even want to pay half for your son's medical bills?
That you keep crying about that she won't let you see him. And then when you do see him, you don't even know how to act like a normal person, and you're so up in his face. Their son, for those of you who don't know, is autistic, and he's so sweet. I just want to like, he's so cute. And like, you can tell like when Brittany's with him, or like even like when Kristen comes over, he's just so sweet and like, you know, just looks like just such, and you know, is so like cuddly with, you know, obviously with Brittany, his mom, and with Kristen and with other friends like Zach and stuff. But when Jax comes over, and you know, obviously this can be multiple, I don't like Jax at all, but this could be multiple things. It could be the cameras, it could be other people, you know, it could be a lot of things, but he always looks uncomfortable. And it's like Jax is very like loud and he's performative and he's like, hi, and it's like, you can't be like that with, I mean, not just with children with autism,
with
like
people who have sensory issues.
With sensory issues, exactly. But even with people without sensory issues, like I don't have sensory issues, and I don't want someone like, rah, like screaming in my face. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. Like it's a lot. And he's always doing that. And it's like a poor Cruz is probably like, Jesus, who is this freaking monster in my face?
Well, I was going to say, like, that's exactly what it seems like. It seems like he looks at him like he is a stranger. Like, you are a familiar face that I see, but I just feel it's like danger, danger, danger.
Yes,
you know?
It's just like, overwhelming and like red flags. That's what we see too, Cruz. We see it too.
We don't like it.
No. So good on Brittany for protecting him.
Yeah, and so this week we'll have the season finale, and then by the time we're talking about shows again, we'll have already aired. We'll have seen part 1 of the reunion.
Because so we're gonna have like a week of a bonus episode on here, and
And then Next Gen NYC, and it is getting rave reviews everywhere. And the standouts are still Ariana and Riley, Kim Zolciak's daughter and Candy Burrus's daughter. Candy and Riley were both on Watch What Happens Live last week. Iconic to have a mom-daughter combo, and they were just incredible on it. They're on the Jersey Shore. They went for Brooks's birthday. Honestly, not much is happening. They got into some, regular younger people arguments that really mean nothing. I will give it to Riley that she always stands up for herself. She always says what she believes to be right. And then she will acknowledge if she went a little too hard. Her and Ariana both had a scene where they maybe overstepped in other people's opinions, and both of them took accountability, which is something that people on Bravo don't seem to know how to do. So it's crazy that people in their 20s know how to do that.
They're so much more mature than their mothers, or like the people in their mother's cohort, I would say. I live and die for the scenes where people are fighting and we are getting like a glimpse into Brooks's like inner thoughts.
Yes.
When he's like, where's my straw? I can't have my drink without a straw. In his like monotone voice, I just die, because like we know he doesn't like confrontation, and he's just like, I don't want to be part of this
anywhere else.
But he's just like, okay, my drink is melting and I can't drink it, and like I forgot to email someone. He's just like looking around like, I die. I love it so much. It's my favorite.
I died that he brought an electric fly swatter with him.
I love that.
That's like something I feel like either one of us would do, even though we're staying in a house.
Oh,
like,
I mean,
you're not catching us
Alaska
in nature.
In our house.
Do you guys have a roof, or is it just like?
No, we don't have walls.
That's what I was thinking.
Just
it's
like
just
open
like a
air.
plot of land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Where the animals can run free. Love that.
Yeah.
Gia sucks.
I don't consent that statement.
Yeah, no, I know you don't. But she just ain't for me. Georgia is she's an odd one, that one. She's an odd one. But
her boyfriend, there's something up.
And now they're not together anymore.
Oh,
and now he's been seen hanging out with Charlie.
Yeah, that tracks, because he gives will kidnap someone.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yes.
That's what it gives. That is my opinion, allegedly.
And
I mean, that is my opinion, period, but allegedly he would kidnap someone.
Yeah. That is a fact on my opinion. It is an allege on the kidnapping.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like, okay, so again, back to Charlie and like him being rich but not. Like, we saw you have a meltdown over the return of a $200 speaker, which still unclear, because like, were you throwing a party in a week's time? Like, I don't understand.
No, he was like, I have friends come over and we listen to music.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Like Kelly said, put it in a cup. Like,
be innovative.
Or like, go buy another speaker. You have so much money.
Amazon Prime exists. Like, you don't even have to leave your house.
Yeah.
To get a new one.
But only to follow up on this week's episode where Riley's phone drops into the water and she's like, fuck. And she's like, I'll give $1,000 to anyone who can find it. I don't even think she finished her sentence before Charlie was up, shirt off, and in the water.
In the water. Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me you are so rich, but you're going to dive for $1,000 in something that you're probably not going to find to begin with?
Right. There's no way you're going to find it. Also, I did want to say that last time when we were talking about like his money situation because we were like, oh, it must be like 10,000, like spending. Whatever we were. Yeah. So they did a replay of that like argument, and she did say, I know that you get 10,000. She like clarified in the conversation it was 10,000 in addition to your living expenses or whatever. So you were right. Like it was 10,000 just for like spending. And like she had clarified it on that episode. So I was like, okay, yeah, Kyra was right. Which
a phrase we don't hear often from Kelly's
but
mouth.
I was gonna say, I know I had agreed with you that I thought that as well. I didn't disagree. But okay, I was cracking up at Riley on freaking obstacle course because that would be me,
100%.
just slip sliding, just falling at every movement, and like all of her friends are just like, okay, let's go, and she just like can't even get off it because she just keeps falling.
100%, that's you.
And but the thing is, I probably wouldn't want to do it because I would be like, I'm gonna break my neck.
On inflatable things in the water?
Yeah.
That is not a place you're going to break your neck.
Oh, do you know me? Do you dare me?
No, because I don't want to be on the latter end of that. I'd have so many jokes if you were in a neck brace. It wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I mean, I almost broke my neck playing kickball.
Or if you had one of those like halos and you just had to like walk around, like
that's when you break your back or like your spine because you have to keep it straight.
Wait, don't you have to keep your neck straight?
Yeah, but it's like your spine.
Well, unless you're in a halo, don't do it. Okay, I'm not doing it unless there's a possibility Kelly's.
Wait, this just reminded me of something. So I'm not going to go into it, but Scout had to go to the vet yesterday, and we were talking about the potential that she would have to have this like surgery where they would have to cut into her stomach. And I was like, oh God, like the vet was telling me how it like wasn't that serious, even though it sounds really serious. And she was like, she won't even have to wear a cone. Like, you know how she had that donut thing before. They send them home in this little suit. And they had a picture on the wall of this little cat in a little suit. And it was like a little jumpsuit, spandex jumpsuit that goes their arms and legs. And it's like a little set. And it like is tight to their body so they can't get the incision. It was so cute.
See, where I was like, wow, can I get a 2-for-1 special if you're cutting into her stomach? Like, could I get down right next to her? You can cut into mine.
Okay, no, but the doctor did bring up Prozac again, which if you're a longtime listener of Structured Chaos, we've been on a journey with Scout with, and I said, I took her to a new vet, and it's a women-owned vet clinic, and I like really liked them, and we're chatting, and I said, okay, well, I was hesitant before to put her on Prozac. I mean, I'm not against, I said, I'm on Prozac, I'm not against, medication. And I said, so I think it might, how do you feel about it? I'm asking the vet, and she said, yeah, my cat is on it, and I think it is good. Some cats need it, and it really improves their quality of life if they have anxious tendencies. And I said, okay, it might be time. It's going to be like a mommy and me situation. So I guess like maybe we're going to get like tummy tucks together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then start our Prozac journey together.
Wow. I love this for you.
Yeah. So
I mean, talk about a birthday week celebration.
I was going to say that's going to be my birthday present to myself, I guess.
Love that.
You guys start 34 off strong. Anyways, now on to Housewives.
So I know that we had said like it's been such a great season, and it has. I do not take that back. But I feel like the last like 2 weeks or so like have been just like kind of like whatever. Up until, of course, because one thing the Housewives are going to do is play a messy game. And that they did. Mm-hmm. So the irony in general of Alexia throwing a narcissist party, or a goddess party, but like to acknowledge narcissism or just point out.
To become enlightened about narcissism.
Which like, hello, glass house, stones, pot, kettle, mirror, anything. All of you are narcissists.
Mm-hmm.
All of you.
And
so,
she, like, I know she, like, met this, like, guru on Instagram or whatever. She, like, acts like, oh, I became enlightened on what narcissism is. And so, like, now I'm an expert and now I'm gonna, like, enlighten the group. It's like, you're still fucking Todd. Even though you feel like, oh, you became enlightened on, like, what type of person Todd was and that, like, changed your life. And so now you want to help the other women. Like, you're still fucking Todd.
he
You're a
still divorced you.
narcissist. He's still like, and now you're trying to like not get him to divorce you. And
No, he did. He filed.
Right.
Well,
but
like in real time.
Still,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But yeah, it's just like she's acting like she's now an expert and like trying to save them, but she's just as bad as everyone else. Like, it's just such a mess.
Such a mess. And, you know, I don't know if Lisa's the biggest narcissist of them all. I think that there's a few that are at like fighting for that top spot. Mm-hmm. So during the game, like of course he's asking like messy ass questions, and they have to go put flags, you know, in front of someone's name, and mm-hmm. Lisa just gets the bulk of it,
pummeled.
And I do feel bad for her because, again, in any situation, you don't want to be the lonely islander. You know, mm-hmm. like it's just not ever fun to be the only one ganged up on or feel like ganged up on.
Especially when you feel like this is like your friend group.
Right.
It feels like, oh, this is not fun.
Also, speaking of Lisa, she just rang the bell. I sent you a video, but you didn't react to it, so you didn't watch it. Her company just went public. She got to ring the bell this week. So the company that she created with Jody just went public this week. And she honestly did such a great speech.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look at it. Sometimes mm-hmm. when you send me DMs, I'll look to make sure that it's not something I need to look at like right then for the podcast. And then I intend mm-hmm. to go back and look at it. And sometimes I forget, but I will go back and look at that. Because I did see something that was from hers, but I forgot to go back and look at it. So
I was shocked. Like when I saw it, I didn't even know that it was happening or that her company even like got off the ground.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like to help divorced women like be able to navigate.
Right. Yeah. I just listened to her. She was on Heather McDonald's podcast, Juicy Scoop.
Oh, okay.
And I listened to it last week, and she was talking all about it's an app to help like divorced women or women that are going to get divorced or going through a divorce. And basically like, it has different, it's kind of like an expert person, for different categories. So like how do I find an attorney? It has, you can put all
basically
of
like your step
important documents. Yeah. Cause she was like, you have so many documents. And if you need to find this, like, cause she was like, I had hundreds of pages. It was hard for me to find it, but like you type in like keywords and it comes up, or like just so many things and it's right there, and it saves you like a lot of money, obviously, because a lot of people going through divorce don't have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So that's amazing.
Yeah, I know. So good for her. So I'm glad Jody was in on your business calls because look at you now. And he was nowhere to be seen in that video. So you're welcome.
And she addressed the fact that on this past week's episode, or one of the past 2 weeks, about how people always say that he's like trying to be in her business. And she's like, before, like people were trying to take advantage of me, and now people are mad that he's not taking advantage of me. Mm-hmm. You know, but he's helping me because he loves me. He's not taking advantage. It's crazy.
And now, speaking of the her and Larsa situation, when they go to lunch, that was rich. That was rich. Like the two of them coming together because their best favorite pictures are with each other. That's essentially what solved their argument, is that they were looking back at their Instagram feeds and all of their pictures that they loved of themselves were with the other person.
Like, can they just accept the fact that they're not best friends?
Or like you guys are pretend best friends? Like you guys are social?
Like, this is not
your social
your best friend.
Friends?
If this is your best friend, that is alarming. Mm-hmm. This is not your best friend. You guys are not. Ugh. Mm. Yeah. Mm. But also, so Stephanie, who's the new housewife, I do like her. She called Lisa out before they go to the party because Lisa was late, which I can relate. Everyone knows I do not like lateness. I, like Stephanie said, find it rude, and especially, I mean, Lisa was like hours late. That is like incredibly
That's
rude.
what I can't get. 2 hours? Like, come on.
Hell no. And I know
That's
like we
crazy.
like joke about that kind of stuff. Kyra is not leaving me to, I mean, I would never be waiting that long, but she
Right.
like that's Kyra's not doing that kind of stuff. I know when we joke about it and I'm like, oh, Kyra's late. Like it's never like that. But I don't like lateness in general. And so when Stephanie was like, yeah, I don't have friends that would be leaving me for hours and stuff, because yeah, it's rude. Like, do you feel like your time is more important than mine, that you're gonna have me sitting out in this van or whatever Sprinter van for an hour and a half waiting for you? Like, what the fuck? That is so rude.
So rude.
Yeah, go ahead.
I might be bursting your bubble about her.
About who?
So, So,
well, I mean, I don't like love her. I was just gonna say, like, I like her so far, but I still don't. Yeah,
right. So, what I've been seeing online is not great about her. They're saying like she is like a horrible person to work with. She is the boss that like thinks that she's better than everyone that is below her. Like her employees do not like when she comes. She's like a tyrant in the wrong way.
Remember I said she might be like Bronwyn?
Yeah.
So that, okay, so that's true.
And I meant to bring it up a couple weeks ago. I saw a video that said when they met, he was married and his ex-wife is who started everything. And so Stephanie essentially came in, him or her now husband and Stephanie basically took everything from his ex-wife, everything that she had built, changed it into his, like it's his thing. And like that Stephanie is like living out this fantasy of being like the creator of it and like the mastermind behind it, when in reality,
interesting.
And that his ex-wife is the one with the money.
So I obviously didn't know about the ex-wife starting it, but I did clock that she said this week, like, I worked so hard to get to where I am. And in my mind, I'm thinking, not that I don't think that women work hard, like, just because you married someone who had a business and like now that you work in that business, not that I don't consider like that you're a hard worker, but like, you definitely have an advantage if you marry someone who already has a business. That's a huge advantage. So like, it is a weird statement to make, to be like, I worked so hard to get to where I am. If you marry someone who, and then you become a CEO of that business, like you
were 26 when you met him. You worked really hard. You worked really hard to get to be where you are at 26. And then someone online said, why does she look like the Temu Jackie O? And they were like, she's aging herself, like, because she's young.
She is, yeah.
And she's like wearing all of these things that do age her. I mean, I think she's beautiful, but they do age her.
It's like when girls now that are in their like 20s are getting so much work that they're looking so much older already. And it's like, yikes. Because I feel like our generation didn't do that. And so like we still look young and then like might start getting stuff like in your 30s. But I feel like girls now in their 20s are looking already in their like late 30s or 40s when they're 21.
And also when they're at dinner with her parents, her husband and her dad are 2 years apart.
Strange.
Okay. I want to know why she doesn't talk to her sisters. Like, it hasn't been fully said. It just says that. And she said, as soon as I signed the papers working for, what is her last name? Shamu?
Mahmood? Yeah,
something like that. That it signed her relationship away with her sisters. So I'm assuming it has to do with money.
It was once they started working there. Because she's on the first episode.
Oh, is that what she said? Once they started working there?
Once they started working, because they were working for her.
Okay.
Or for the company. And that's when their relationship diminished. So I think it was once they signed, like, to start working there. is like when it started going downhill. I want to know that too. And the sister's relationship with the parents is not good, probably because like she's so close to the parents. So,
but yeah, so we'll see. I mean, you know, Miami's still Miamiing. I'm glad that the Lisa and Larsa thing is done for now, I assume. But I'm sure it'll continue. I'm sure the Gertie and Julia thing is going to continue, which Julia can just go all the way home as well, because it's just, you're making something out of nothing and you're the problem.
I can't stand. I can't.
No. And then back on our screens, Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yes, I'm happy that it's back. We have who didn't come back?
No one.
So we have all the same people. We just added Gretchen, who was not on the first episode, but she's now on this episode. And
we got another Larsa on our hands. They're showing her from like, cause when she first came on our screens was like 2008. So they like showed her, you know, over the years. For her to sit in her confessional and the first thing out of her mouth is, look the same and no plastic surgery.
No plastic surgery. It's crazy.
You don't look the same and you did get plastic surgery. Now, I don't know what she's like, are you saying that like, I mean, filler, of course, is not plastic surgery, but it's cosmetic surgery. Right. It is altering what you look like.
I think it's not surgery. Right. And I think that's how people in their mind, people who
Larsa's still a liar because she got lipo, BBL, tits, all the
for
things.
Sure. But I think that like people like Gretchen, maybe she hasn't had a knife slice her face open. Right. And so that's how she like gets away with saying that because she hasn't had surgery. So I guess maybe technically her statement is true, but she has allegedly had enhancements.
Allegedly. We're going to say it in caps. Allegedly. You got a whole different face, my girl. And like, let's just, the bang swoop is still swooping. Like, let's maybe change it up.
Yeah.
What if we, because she's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Literally wear any hairstyle. Yeah. Happy that her and Slade are still together.
Slade looks great. I mean, I don't
literally the same.
Yeah, he really does.
Like
he could have said that in his
yes.
That should have been his line.
Good for them for choosing to not get married. Doesn't really make sense, but it's working for them. They're together. They have a child. Love it all for them. I'm anxious to see how, you know, the rest of the season unfolds. Shannon speaks. So Shannon brings the girls to the Golden Door, which is in San Diego. It's a very exclusive place. I have a few clients that attend and I have been invited to go. So I will get there at some point.
Oh, I've never even heard of it.
And then she also speaks a little bit about her relationship with Earl from Love Hotel. So they tried to make it work and just didn't. They just live very different lives, which we could have all guessed.
Yeah, we could have told you that.
When you got mad that he didn't eat vegetables, we knew it wasn't going to work for you.
Yeah. But, yeah, Shannon's just being Shannon.
So I saw a thing yesterday and I didn't see the actual text or anything else about it, but allegedly her daughter, so her oldest daughter, Sophia is the oldest daughter, or I don't whoever her oldest daughter. No, Sophia sounds like one of the twins.
Yeah.
Whoever her oldest daughter is, her ex-boyfriend is allegedly releasing text messages that Shannon sent and that they are really bad and like kind of just like playing a part in them breaking up.
Oh, like the breakup she talked about last night, or not last night, but the episode.
So, yeah.
That's embarrassing.
So here's the thing. Like, we love Shannon. We're always rooting for her. But she keeps doing things that don't help her case and like make it hard to be on her side. And so if this is true, like he said, like they're like horrible. So,
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. She seems like that type of mom to be like
100%. Mm-hmm.
I want to look that up though, because that sounds juicy, but I'm not getting my hopes up because knowing Kyra, she always tells me stories that then I go look up after we record and I'm like, that's never happened. So, I won't hold my breath, but I am going to look it up and I will be excited if there's some juicy story to read. But yeah, and then we have just the same old Heather story. Emily shared that one of her sons is having some medical challenges. Gina and her man moved back in together.
Finally, they found a house that they could all fit in. Because that's why they broke up. Right.
Jen is engaged, planning their wedding. I don't know. I mean, obviously, kind of a lot has already happened in the first two episodes. Like, a lot has, but hasn't, because obviously they always have to, like, update us on what's happened since the previous season, but it is still only 2 episodes in, so I feel like I'm excited to see how this season unfolds.
And, like, the Katie Emily thing, I just don't know where I fall on it yet, because, like, do I think some of the things that Katie did were wrong? Sure. But she also, like, fully admits to it and opens up to it and explains why. And I do think, and I've never been on reality TV before, I do imagine it takes a little time to get your footing. So you really don't know how the game is played. And so you might do things that you later, 1 year later, 2 years later, after being on reality TV, you're like, why would I have ever done something like that? Like, that's not how you do this, So like, I don't know where I fall. And like, I do think that it is like hypocritical of Emily to be so mad that Katie did this thing involving her kids when completely unprovoked at the reunion last year, you brought up some real heavy shit. And to Katie's point about like, I thought this was going to be lighthearted. I thought me saying like, oh yeah, my daughter was babysitting Emily's kids and they, like said something about Heather, like is not the same as you sitting on a stage and saying your kids were taken away from you. You're a horrible mother.
You had to investigate that.
Right.
Like, you had to look that up.
How, and then she was on Watch What Happens Live. And so Andy asks her, like, cause he's like, we got a lot of, comments saying this, like, how do you not see the similarities? Like, you're mad at her for this, but you did this. And she was like, they're totally different. She was like, I said it to her in front of her face on a stage where we're supposed to be clearing things up. I'm like, but that wasn't a thing that needed to be cleared up. Right. That wasn't even talked about. You brought it to the stage.
Right. No one knew that. You brought it to the audience.
And
like,
you did
no one knew that.
Right. Like, you did it to weaponize her.
Yeah.
Or
weaponize it against her.
You weaponized it. Yeah. Against her. And those are apples to oranges if we're going to compare. Like, one is very, very serious and hard. And like, none of us were there. The cameras weren't there, versus a situation that the cameras were there for that was supposed to be not as serious as you're making it out to be.
Right. And one is talking about someone as a mother. The other one was just talking about like, she's mean, like, to my mom or whatever, but that's not talking about her as a mother. That's just talking about her as like a friend or whatever, as a person. But yeah, it's not the same at all. It's crazy.
So yeah, we'll see what happens the rest of the season. Where do you fall on Katie? How do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I really liked her last season and I still do. So I feel like they're being harsh. I think I'm very much on the side of like, once someone apologizes and is like, I'm sorry that I did that, and they keep beating a dead horse, I'm like, what else do you want them to do?
They can't go back in time.
Right. So I'm like, at this point, like, if you're not going to move on from it, like, I just don't understand like what else they can do. I understand if they're, or even if they refuse to apologize, it's like, well, either we're going to move on or we're not, but like, we can't just keep talking about it every episode. So I like her.
I do have an insider, so I was going to try to squeeze some information out of them, but I do have someone that would be able to give me a direct answer
About what?
on about Katie and like what the current up-to-date situation is and like how things were behind the scenes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that is it for the shows this week. Just so you all know, next week we are going to have an episode, but it's not going to be a normal episode. It's going to be like a bonus episode. We're going to be answering questions that were submitted through our stories. If you follow us on Instagram, then you would have seen we posted a story asking for questions. So that's going to be our episode next week. So we will have that next week for you. But basically right now we are going to finish out with our goals for the week as we always do. You know, we love all the gossip, celebrity news, reality TV, but we love to be learning and growing always. And make sure you answer these questions with us in our comments. So what is one thing you are working on?
Your birthday party.
I'm working on moving still. That's it.
Love that.
What is the one thing you were looking forward to?
My friend Joey, that if you guys remember, is who I recorded an episode a couple weeks ago with when Kelly decided she doesn't care about our business. So him and his boyfriend are coming this week and I can't wait. They're actually so sad because they're coming a day after Kelly's birthday party. And he's like, of course I am. Cause he wants to meet Kelly so badly. He loves her.
We are going to meet.
Yeah, we're going to the game. But I'm just saying, like,
okay.
he, like, is, like, sad that, like, someone who he wants to meet so badly, like, he would have loved to have gone to your birthday party.
Yeah.
And so, so him and Scott are coming, and I cannot wait for them to be here.
I am looking forward to my birthday, obviously. And I don't think we've really said, like, Kyra's planning, like, a surprise thing for me. So I'm obviously, like, so excited about that. And I'm also excited to meet Joey. I didn't know that his boyfriend was coming, so I'm excited for that too. Mm-hmm. And we're going to a Padres game together, so I am just excited. I have like some annoying like moving stuff I have to do this week that I'm like blah about, but I'm excited to get past that because also my friend Donna is coming to town for my birthday, so I'm just excited for like to get past this week so that I can enjoy the weekend and the fun things coming up. What is something that made you feel like an adult?
I am prepared for your birthday. Like, I have a couple more deliveries coming, but like, I've done the grocery shopping. I've done like a lot of things. Like, everything that can be done in advance, I have done. I've gotten things printed. Like, we are good to go. And that is not like me.
It's not like you. Mine would be going to the vet, I guess. Taking Scout to the vet.
I mean, yeah. You didn't let your child die, so I think it's pretty adult.
Kept my child alive. And what is something you did to contribute to your mental health?
I went to the beach. And it was funny because I was on FaceTime with my cousin and one of my other friends. They were all together and we're talking for a bit. And I was like, guys, I gotta go. I need to just like listen to the ocean. I just need to like lay here and like hear the ocean. Love you guys. Love you, but need to just listen to the ocean.
Nice.
Does it for me every time.
I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and went to Home Goods for like an hour and a half.
Love that.
It was so good.
I love that.
I like listened to a podcast while I walked around. And I was just, I mean, I had like a couple things in mind that I wanted. I've gone to a couple different Home Goods in the past week, but this specific time I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but listened to a podcast and just walked around and just looked at whatever my heart desired, and it was fabulous.
Was the podcast Structured Chaos by chance? Because that's a good one.
No, because I listen to all the Structured Chaos episodes on Tuesday mornings when they come out, so I didn't have one to listen to because I listen to all those right when they come out. It was a murder podcast. That's what calms me down. So, yeah.
There you have it, folks.
Yes. But that is all for this week. We hope you laughed and maybe learned something with us. Make sure you are following us on Instagram, TikTok, and wherever you listen, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. And all of our links and all that is in the description below. Make sure you leave a comment, rate us, review us, share with a friend. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.